How important is social proof and testimonials when you're starting your offer or your company? And how can you begin and how can you start if you don't have any results to show? Well, that's what I'm going to cover in today's video. And don't forget to subscribe because I release new videos like this each and every week. Hey everybody, Dan Henry here, author of the Wall Street Journal best-selling book, Digital Millionaire Secrets, How I Built an 8-Figure Business Selling My Knowledge Online. And today I'm excited because I'm going to talk about a technique or a concept I call result stacking. And what this is going to teach you is how to grow an offer, a company. Doesn't matter what it is. It could be a product, an online course, a coaching offer, a mastermind, a software. How you can build that and begin when you don't have any social proof, you don't have any results, you don't have any testimonials or case studies or any of that. How do you build that? How do you begin? And how important is it to have that? So let's jump over to the whiteboard real quick, and I'm going to map out what I call result stacking. Now, you must understand something about this concept. Before I map this out, understand one thing. Everybody starts at zero. Everybody starts with zero results, zero social proof, nothing. I started with zero. I started with absolutely no results, no social proof. You can't just start with something. So if you're not beginning, if you're not starting because you don't have any social proof, I mean, that's just an insane way to think about things because everybody starts with no social proof. That's not an excuse to not begin, okay? So just get over that because that is just, you're paralyzing yourself for no reason, all right? Jeff Bezos started in an office where he had the word Amazon.com spray painted on a banner with freaking spray paint, and now it's Amazon. I mean, come on. So let's jump over here. When I began my offer, what I did was I did want to get some social proof because, again, I had zero. So what I did was I gave free advice. So let's start all the way down at the bottom. I created a free advice offer. So I created free advice, and I offered it to some people that I thought I could help. And I said, listen, I will give you free advice. I will jump on a call with you, and I will do a 1-hour call with you, and I won't charge you anything. And I'll show you how to do this thing. All you have to do is if you got value out of it, if you thought it was good, give me a video testimonial. And if you didn't think it was good, you absolutely don't have to do it, okay? And in some cases, it's not even a video. You could just say, just post something online, whatever, but be honest. And so what I did, I remember the very first person that I gave free advice to. Unfortunately, I don't remember their name because it was a long time ago. But if whoever that is watching this video, just know that I remember you. But this person was a doctor, and they went to school, college with like an MBA and all this stuff, and they went to school for marketing. And I got on a call with them, and I showed them some stuff with ads and funnels, and he says to me, Dan, I've learned more about marketing in 1 hour with you than I learned in 4 years of an MBA at college. And I said, wow, that's awesome. That was at the end of the call. And I said, hey, can you do me a favor? Can you post that online or something so I can grab a screenshot of it or shoot me a video of it so I can use it when I go to sell my coaching? And he said, absolutely. So I started by giving free advice in exchange for a testimonial. And then I stacked on top of that paid advice. Why? Because when I got enough free advice turning into testimonials, I was able to take those testimonials, put on a page, right, or just put them out in the market, and now I can begin charging for my advice. And now, when I charge for my advice, I do what's called a beta. And I've got more videos on this, and I talk about this in my book, but this is a beta where I say, hey, I got some people some great results, or not even results. They just liked what I had to say. Here's what I can do for you. I'm going to give you a discount. all that I ask is that when I teach you this stuff at this discount, if you like it, then you give me a testimonial. So now we get a bunch of people that thought that the offer is great. And that equals testimonials, right? So again, not necessarily results, because again, when you teach somebody something, it takes time for them to implement. And some people don't implement. But when they consume the content, right, they still have an opinion on it. Just like if you read a book on investing and you thought it was great, maybe you don't get any investing results right away because that's a long-term deal. And maybe you will in a couple of years. You can give a testimony and say, oh, I learned this from this book and I got this result. But at the end of the day, you can still say, I like the book. So now I get a bunch of testimonials where people say the offer is great. Hey, this is great. I learned a lot. But then as I continue to stack and upgrade these testimonials and this social proof, now I get in a position where time goes by and I can begin selling more. And now I start to get great results. And that turns into better testimonials that are all about great results. Because the people that said the offer was great had time to implement, and now I get better results because they get great results, right? And so as people in my program or my customer base see these great results from other customers, they implement more. And so I get more results. And that equals even better and more frequent testimonials. And it just keeps going up and up and up until eventually you build and build and build and you get more and more social proof. Now here's the thing. Every time I do a webinar, every time I do a presentation, generally, if it's new, I have more social proof and testimonials than I did in the last one. And that's totally natural and totally normal. And yes, the more social proof I have, the better or the easier it is to sell my stuff. Is it easier to sell my stuff today than it was 4 years ago? Absolutely. Because 4 years ago, I had a bunch of people that I helped quit their job. Today, I've created multiple millionaires. I've helped thousands of people create a six-figure company, and I've helped even more people at least quit their job. And so it's, we just have case studies and student results and screenshots and all this stuff. In fact, we're working on a project right now where we're using like Google Charts, and we're taking our top 10, best client results from my mastermind, and we're plugging in, with their permission, of course, their company growth sales. And it's funny because we have all these charts where people have the growth of their company and the growth of their sales over the past several years. And on each chart, we put a mark that says became client, right? And on all of these charts, you can see that the chart was moving like this. And then right here, hold on, let me redo that. It's terrible. Here's the chart, and it's moving. And then right here is where they became a client, and then it spikes up on almost all of them, right? So I thought, how cool would it be to have this client result page where we have these charts for each client, and it shows consistently over multiple clients that every time they became a client, their revenue jumped up. And so we started building the charts, and I'm looking at them, and we're actually reviewing them right now. I got my computer over here. That's what I'll be reviewing today after I film this video. But there's all these clients that have these charts where we requested their numbers, and you can see that when they became a client, their company skyrocketed. And I'm thinking, this is amazing. This is going to help me sell my stuff so much better because it's like the best proof. I mean, you got charts showing how everybody grew their company. And that wasn't the case 4 years ago because I started here, and then I worked to 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 here. And eventually now I got freaking charts everywhere where I show how many companies I've helped grow. And yes, it gets exponentially easier to sell my stuff the more results I have, but I started here, and I stacked, and I stacked, and I stacked, and I stacked until I have now what is immense social proof and client results. So that right there, ladies and gentlemen, is how to do result stacking. And the main point of this is don't get in your own head about not beginning, because you're always going to start out at zero. I grew an 8-figure company starting out at zero. You're starting out at zero. There's no difference. All right, so I hope that helped. And by the way, if you'd like to learn more about how I grew my 8-figure company simply by selling my advice, grab a copy of my book, Digital Millionaire Secrets. I'll give you the book for free. I'll pay for the actual physical book. You just pay for shipping. I'll leave a link below. Just tell me where to send the book and I'll shoot it right out. And if you have read the book and you're interested in becoming a client so you can have one of these charts that goes up, all you have to do is check the description. I'll also leave a link where you can book a call and see if we're a fit to work together. Just answer some questions about your business or your business idea, and we'll see if it's a fit. Other than that, don't forget to subscribe to the channel because I release new videos each and every week. I'll see you in the next one.